What is good? What is good? What is Gucci? Courtney IG, and I'm back again. And this time I'm here to share some thoughts on the 16-track mixtape, Cold Feet, from the trap star before trap star, Rimzee, acting as the follow-up to the 2020 mixtape, Upper Clapton Dream 2, after 6-year departure from the scene due to him being behind bars, obviously. So I was waiting on this project eagerly, guys. Like, I was brought into Rimzee from tracks like G-Wagon, Wasabi, with M24, acting as the introductions. And then from there, others followed, you know, which sit on this project, like Expensive Pain. That one, whew, that one hits differently. Had the streets in a headlock, obviously. An Entrepreneur, which shed light on all of the entrepreneurs in the scene, you know, business heads, not directly necessarily in rap, but just around it, you know, and Rimzee's investment in property, he's got his own business and the like. So this, for me, guys, is what makes his delivery cut through differently to many others who occupy a similar lane. He's not afraid to vividly depict the fearlessness and the mind state he was in. And it's so fresh. It feels so fresh when he's talking about it. It doesn't feel like decades and decades ago. It's like now, like it's still fresh in his mind. And it's that survival mind state and that street lifestyle which he talks about. And it comes through so chillingly on the intro. And we get even more clearly on Thinking Out Loud. Here, there is a tone of aspiration to get out the streets, but there's a flip between both worlds, with lines like white and B to reclining seats. Obviously, it's like white and B, drugs, reclining seats, another lifestyle car, you know, flashy, you know? And he always comes through to that self-sufficiency angle, which is universally relatable, with lines like, I don't want to eat, teach me how to fish. Which is like, show me the way. I don't want a handout. I don't want handouts. I want to work for what I deserve, you know? And it's the melody in these trap beats, the melody samples in the trap beats. So it's not like somebody singing or he's doing melodic stuff. It's like the melody in the beats, which is really his lane and would be like, as I would describe, if you would look it up, like his type beat would fit this 100%. And Young Ad sits perfectly on it. We already need the solo type. We already know that. So 2 features which Rimzee let out the bag before the release of Cold Feet was one with Emily Sandé and the other one with Giggs on Juggin, which also features Tiggs the Author. You know what you're getting there. You know how he does nines. You know Gangster Writers. You know all of those tunes. Different breed. We already know that. And Juggin paints everything which Rimzee was faced to in the lead up to being incarcerated in this song. And it also, what we also get is Giggs doing a bit of the same, but in a very smooth, composed fashion, which sits very well with Tiggs the Author. Then we get a duo of trap smashes. Unruly, monster, that one. It's been out for a while, but still hits. Moral and Principle packaged right in the middle of Entrepreneur. Yeah, Entrepreneur. If you don't know about that one, monster. As I said on the intro, banger, go play that. Morals and Principles, guys, is exactly that duality of light and dark, which I've alluded to a few times in this review so far. It's a bit like Crack Commandments-esque, not exactly the same, obviously, but it's like he's going back to where he was as a kid, 15, even as he mentions where the turbulence kind of started. I assume it could be before that. And that makes it even more impactful. Like he's going 15, 18, 20, Okay, it might not be the most brightest things, but it gives you that the clear depiction which I mentioned about. Tables Turn is the Emily Sandé feature, which I mentioned was also there, and he spoke about prior to the release. I like how it leans on growth and expanding beyond the streets, the hood. Even with the evil eye that can come around. But there's something which sounded a bit off. I think Emily's vocals are really soft. And the voice is really soft. But the production just felt a bit overpowering to her vocals, which in my opinion comes across much better in some other songs, which I will touch on. The song which I did like, guys, which you can tell I played in the start of the video, was this, Dear Southwood Road. Here is like a conversation between Rimzee and Maverick Saver, of course, and the hood. Like, it's an open letter here about the good, the bad, everything between that. Like, and it's like, it's cold. Like, it's a cold story, really, because it's like, I could talk about all of the stuff that I went through in the hood. Like, that's the way I see it. It's like, I'll talk about all the stuff that I went through, all the darkness, all the challenges, everything. But it's like, it's not all nice. It's not all sweet. And it's like, there's a lot of love there for my hood. There's a lot of love there for my surroundings. But it's like, it doesn't get reciprocated. That's the main thing I get from this song. Yeah, so exactly. It's like, I'm going to tell you everything that I've been through. I done so much for you, but I didn't get anything back in return. It's cold. It's one way. So it's like, we do all of this in the hood. That's the way I'm getting it. It's like, we're doing all of this, and we'll die for it. We'll die for this lifestyle, but we don't even own it. That's the craziness about it. Like, and that's deep. That's a deep message. Rimzee then softens up the tape a bit more with the devotion to his wife, which is really like a real powerful song, who he mentions kept him on the path of righteousness, you know, in a world full of temptation. And he also highlights how his wife, through the faith in Islam, teaches his daughter in the same way, which is, yeah, that's so strong. Like, it's a good message. A G with feelings, as he says, like, which is the best way to describe it as well. Like, a G with feelings is Zion's on the hook, and it's a good infusion with Amun, I think is how you pronounce it, to give you that female angle. So I like that. I think it's called Irreplaceable. Yeah, I didn't write down or get any notes, but I think it's Irreplaceable. So, yeah, so guys, to wrap up, I've heard critiques, like one-sided critiques, that Rimzee just delivery's the same, he doesn't deviate from track to track, which in part, as you hear here on the project, is because of the production choices, which kind of get a bit same-ish. But for me, this is a big step up from Upper Clapton Dream 2. He can eat up songs like Unruly, Cold Feet Freestyle, Sold to the Streets, day in, day out. For him, that's easy. That's bread and butter. What is interesting for me now is how he's growing more and more in the artistry and doing songs like Juggin, Tables Turn, Headline with Nems, but still giving you that project which was needed now, because he's been on the up. So you need to like kind of put a line to say, all right, this level, now this level, this, another project. You see what I mean? As he's going up. So yeah, it was good that he delivered that project now as a timestamp. And I would say this puts him, if it didn't already for you guys, should put him in the same conversation with the top dogs, Fredos, Potters, Tef, Gigs, Nines. Okay, he hasn't got as many projects out as he has said before, but I feel like impact-wise, like style-wise, because you know of Rimzee, you know how he's going to come. As much as you might say it's a critique, you know how he's going to come. You know his delivery, clean. So, and it's hard and it's uncut, and that's what I like about it. And I like how it's always got that motivation, kind of relatability, universal relatability to it. It's like, you know, properties, investments, and all of that good stuff. I want to see how in the next project he continues to give an insight into where he is, opposed to where he was. That's what I'm interested to hear now. So top 3 guys, Thinking Out Loud, Dear Southwood Road, and Unruly. 7.2 out of 10 for me, guys. You know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, inspire, enrich.